Hi, my name is Pat Nolan and I work for IBM as a Maximo support analyst. This is a short video that tries to explain the difference between independent and non-independent security groups. The security groups that a user belongs to in Maximo determines what application access they have. By default, security groups combine with each other and business logic calculates the highest level of access a user has for an application within a site. Independent groups get added together while non-independent groups combine or merge application privileges. Non-independent security groups primarily are used when you have multiple sites. If you only have a single site, then you can usually just use independent security groups to set up your desired application level. In this example, I'm logged in as an admin user, and we're looking at a test user called Donahue. For Donahue, I have 3 security groups. The top one is an independent group, which grants them access to assets in the Nashua site only. The bottom security group grants them access, it's an independent group that grants them access to Bedford work orders only. And the middle group is a group called Everyone, which is common to all users. The Everyone group grants special privileges that all users need, and it doesn't necessarily have to be called the Everyone group. If you go to your security controls, there's a group for all users, and by default it's called Everyone, but it doesn't have to be called Everyone. So that's what's set up right now for Donahue. So let's log in as Donahue and see what he sees. So let's log out. Okay, for Donahue now, as I said, they currently belong to 2 independent groups, one with work order tracking in Bedford, and the other one with assets in Nashua, and their current default site is Nashua right now. And so if I go into the assets application, and the default is Nashua, and we will see an asset here, data. Assets once again. And we'll see there is no rows to display because there's no access to Bedford assets with the way we have this set up. Now if we go to the work order application, which is Bedford site related, we see all the Bedford work orders. However, if we go back and change the default site to Nashua, and we do not have work order assets, work order privileges for Nashua. And once again, there are no rows to display. And instead of now having 2 independent groups, one for assets in Nashua, one for work orders in Bedford, we're going to remove those 2. And we're going to add 2 non-independent groups. And it's a non-independent groups, what they do is they merge, and we'll log out and back in as Donahue. And now we'll go to Assets Application, and currently we're in the Nashua site, and you see the Nashua asset. And if we change to Bedford, you see Bedford assets as well. So what happens with non-independent is that the privileges combine, so we end up with both work orders and assets in both sites, Nashua and Bedford. So now, in this case, we're set to non-independent, so the rights combine. So the assets show a full list of capabilities within assets for Bedford and work orders for Bedford. And for Nashua, we'll see the same thing under applications. Assets will have a full list of capabilities, and also work order tracking. We'll be able to access all functions within work order tracking. Now, if we log out once again, log in as maxadmin. And change that back to the independent groups. So we'll remove the non-independent groups. And once again, re-add the independent groups. And click on our security profile. It's a little bit different now. Go to the Bedford, under Applications, Bedford Site, and Assets does not have any functionality associated with it. Work order tracking does. And the opposite for Nashua. Nashua, under Applications, you'll see Assets and Work order tracking. Work order tracking has no capability, and Assets has full capability. I hope this was helpful in explaining on how independent and non-independent groups combine. Thanks for watching.